All right, we are live, and I'm so happy to be here, joined by some incredible, beautiful women from around the world. Today is typically my podcast, Coexistence, Joy, Pain, and Truth, but I'm doing something a little different. Last week, we talked about bracing the storms, walking through the storms with grace. And I included several women from the retreat that I have created starting July 10th. It is an all-day retreat, July 10th, the International Joy and Resilience Virtual Retreat for moms of preteens and teens, and for women of all walks of life. This is the day to parent yourself, to come in and really be embraced and held and learn some wonderful things. So today our topic is, where do you find joy? And I'm excited to introduce to you all the different presenters. A couple of having technical difficulties, so hopefully they'll show up shortly, but let's get this show on the road. And I'm going to introduce you all together. You're all unmuted. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Welcome. I'm very happy that you guys are here, you gals are here, and it's funny how we've been on this journey now for about 4.5, 5 weeks, and posting and sharing and letting people know about it. And the registrations are coming in, and it's exciting and scary for me. It's scary for me. So this topic for me of where do you find joy is really important, because when I get into fear, my coach was like, Misha, when you get into fear, you freeze. I said, I do? I think I run away. She says, you haven't run away yet. You're still here. I said, okay, I guess I freeze. So I have to do things to find joy. And so what I'm finding, oh, good, we have another beautiful woman here with us. Hello.
Hi.
So what I would love to do is just have each of you, before we brace the topic of where do you find joy, I would love for each of you just to say your name, where in the world you are, and one thing that you're looking forward to. What is it about this retreat that you feel is unique, that you're excited about? And I'm going to ask you kind of to try to keep your shares to a minimum, because there will be a total of 6 of us eventually, and I want to make sure that we do end on time. I like to make sure I'm very time conscious for people. Your time is valuable, and those people watching us will also probably not want to watch for hours and hours and hours, even though we have wonderful things to say. So, Dr. Sandra Lewis, would you like to go first?
Sure.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I am Dr. Sandra Lewis, and I am in Montclair, New Jersey. And I would say the thing I'm looking forward to is the live experience, where we can actually interact with women and be there to support them right there during the day, answer their questions, and help them up-level their joy. Like, it won't be like they watch the video, they send us a message, but like we can just be right there, heart to heart, is what I'm looking forward to.
Wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, that's, it's funny when you say be there live, and I'm like, oh, but we're not in person, but live right here on the camera, where we're actually, instead of watching a video, like you said. So it's really, for me, it's exciting, like you said, because we've got people coming in, watching and engaging. And with your workshops, you guys are all interacting. You're having them participate. And that's usually been absent, I think, from a lot of what I've seen this year. So yay. Thank you, Dr. Sandra Lewis. All right. Sarah Adkins, would you like to go next?
Sure. Hi, I'm Sarah Adkins, and I am coming to you from Hamilton, Ontario, which, for those of you who don't know, it's very close to Toronto. And I'm really excited about, as Dr. Sandra said, the experience of live, but also hearing what other women have to say and learning what really other people are doing and creating for joy, and sharing my own experiences and so on.
Love that. Thank you. And I know, just like Dr. Sandra Lewis, Sarah, you also have ways that you have found joy. So I'm looking forward to hearing how you share that shortly. Wonderful. Dr. Ida Green, would you like to tell us who you are and where you're from and what you're excited about?
I'm Dr. Ida Green, intuitive relationship coach from San Diego, California. And what I'm really excited about is the kind of renewal and the rejuvenation of families, starting with mothers, because they are the sacred carriers of the secret of the earth. And so I'm really excited that mothers are going to be revitalized and regenerated so that they can go out and do the work that they were called to do in this lifetime.
I love that. Thank you so much, Dr. Ida Green. Yes, totally agree. Our moms, many of us are moms and some of us are not moms, but moms had probably the most challenging year in family history. Would you guys agree with that? I mean, this was the year of wow. And their kids, it's like, it's not one's at fault or the other. It's like, it was a hard year. There is no lies about that. There's no way to sugarcoat it. And it's an elephant sometimes in the room. So we're going to talk about it like it was hard. Yeah, thank you so much. Vanessa Callahan, would you like to go next?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm tuning in here from the San Francisco Bay Area. And I'm so excited to be able to, like you were just sharing, Dr. Ida and Misha, just fill up the reserves, the reservoirs, the depleted places, for all these moms of these, preteens and teens. I work with parents, as you can tell from my title, and let's clear out some of those sticky places, those kind of stuck places, and fill it with light and joy and community and sisterhood. And it's going to be amazing. There's so many talented, awesome people that are going to be contributing. So you just to come like swim in these supportive waters with all of us. It's going to be a great experience. So excited for that.
Love those visuals. Swim in these supportive waters. I never did very well at swimming. I took a swim lesson when I was a little kid, and the coach turned around and I flipped upside down and got water up my nose, and it took me a long time to get back into it. But I do believe the buoyancy and the waters can be supportive. And this particular day, I totally agree with that metaphor. So thank you, Vanessa. Maria, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us where you're calling in from and what you're excited about the retreat, or what's unique about the retreat that you are looking forward to?
Hi, everyone. Maria Hartsong, tuning in from the northern part of Sweden, where we are enjoying midnight sun at this time of year. And what I'm excited about, apart from the amazing women that are going to facilitate this retreat alongside of you, Misha, is the possibility for moms in particular to get together and replenish and see that they are not alone, and that they are allowed to receive. Because as a woman, as a mom, we hold a lot, and we tend to have, it tends to be easier for us to give than to receive. And this day is about really receiving. So that is going to be so beautiful to be part of.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Maria. All right, so we're going to dive in. And what I noticed was there was a little bit of background noise. So if you got muted, it's because I did that. I muted you. And it always feels so weird to mute you without telling you ahead of time that I'm going to mute you, because I don't want to silence anybody. But there was a little background noise. So I think we're going to have to just make sure that one person is unmuted when speaking. And we just keep, and you guys are, I think you're able on your end to control your microphones, but I'm not sure. So we'll see how this goes. So what I'd love to dive into now is, well, first of all, if there's anybody watching us on the Facebook, in the Joyful and Resilient Families group, or on my main page, or in the Joyful and Resilient Women, and there's anything you would like to know about the retreat, please feel free to put your questions in the comments, and we will get to those for sure. And when you do that, I will just kind of keep checking. If we don't answer them now, I'll definitely answer them after the podcast interviews. But what I'd love to dive into now is just a very brief walk through one or two things you each do to find joy. Where do you find it? I guess it was really more specifically what I had asked. Where do you find joy? And I know for me, and I have a feeling this may be a common thread, but for me, whether I'm in nature or able to see nature, I find joy. I am like a little child. I love Shirley Quarmby. If many of you know her, and she was in one of my last interviews, she talks about with her baking, she's like a child in a sand lot. And that's how I feel in nature. When I am out there, I can enjoy just the raindrop that comes down and touches my nose. I can enjoy a leaf that kind of floats in front of me very slowly and lands. It just gives me so much joy. So that's one place where I can find joy. Who would like to go next?
Okay, I can go next. I find joy in movement, and also like I love dancing, and I think that we will move a lot during this day. And I also love using my voice, and we'll do that too, at least in my workshop.
Love it. Absolutely. There are several workshops actually throughout the day with movement and voice. So yes, exactly. Wonderful. Thank you, Maria. Okay. Who's next?
I can go.
Great, Sarah.
Like you, Misha, I find joy in nature, wilderness, anything, but I all times carry it in my heart. I have places that I can just conjure up, and that's my joy. I mean, if I'm having a bad moment, I can go there to my happy place in my head. So that's one thing. And just the joy in seeing how people are and how people interact, and, you know, the things that parents do with their children, every little moment of tenderness, that gives me joy.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm glad you said that. One of the things that I think about nature, but I also like natural, authentic. And I know that part of our day is 32. I'm part of that number, 32 authentic women. And this notion that you just mentioned about, families playing together. I mean, we even have a Get Playful section for our retreat to help people, find that joy and get a little bit more energized. So yes, absolutely. Thank you, Sarah. Who would like to go next? Sandra, go ahead and unmute yourself.
I have to tell you that one of the things I love about the first thing in the morning is connecting to my joy. Every morning, I have just one little statement I say as a part of my morning affirmation to remind me that joy is inside of me, and that all day I want to look for how to stay connected to that joy that lives in me, and how the rest of the world shows me that I can just keep finding it. Like I can just keep coming right back to it. So when I go on a walk, I can say, all right, this flower or this conversation with the person who I'm walking with, right, help me find joy. And I can feel it more deeply because I realize how all of my senses are related to it. So that first morning, that first few minutes in the morning is so precious for me because it gets me to remember joy. And then I get to think about how the rest of the day helps me keep finding the joy.
Absolutely. And you're just in just speaking about it. I don't know if anybody else saw this, but you're glowing. Like I could see you emanating joy. Like it was like, okay, wait, I think we all found joy right there with Sandra. No, that's awesome. And you know what, Sandra, I love that practice. I have a practice in the morning also. And I notice when I don't do that practice, I don't find joy as easily. And this day that we have coming up, July 10th, all of you are offering some amazing, wonderful things for our women to create joy and build resilience. Like there's no way around it. If they don't want to be joyful, they probably shouldn't attend because it's just going to be contagious. Thank you, Sandra. Wonderful. And Dr. Ida, I saw your hand go up. Did you want to share? Let me unmute you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I find joy in being alive. Every day is a gift. And the longer I live, the more I realize that I came into this lifetime to really express into the world and to co-create in the world with other people. So just being alive, being able to breathe and to know in my right mind and be aware of other people and just to connect with people is a gift because life is precious and very fleeting. And I've seen so many people leave the planet that I realize what a beautiful gift life is. So I'm just really privileged to be alive and to breathe the air, just to give and receive love.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think this year of challenge within the pandemic has taught a lot of us about being present and conscious and breathing the air when we can, right? So absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Ida. Vanessa, would you like to go?
Yeah, absolutely. I think about how sweet it can be to really connect with our children in times of like actually having downtime where we're not rushing around and trying to get things done or motivate them to do things, and sort of clearing any of those obstacles to having that downtime with our kids. And when I get it, I just got it with my stepson last night. We just ate pizza and hung out on the couch for a couple hours. It was amazing. He's in town back from college, and I was just like, yes. And so, yeah, I guess I think about families. I think about the love flowing freely between family members and clearing out anything that might be in the way of that. It brings me so much joy to be a part of and also to experience myself. So yeah, it's like, wonderful. Yeah, you have, like, he had some sniffles and he was like, what if I get you sick? And I said, it's okay. We'll just do all the things we've been doing, like washing our hands and socially distancing. My couch is 6 feet long. It'll be fine. So finding a way to connect despite the challenges and just enjoying simple things with our loved ones. That brings me joy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. I'm so grateful for that reminder, because I think, I don't know who's out there and who's watching and listening, but sometimes when we overcomplicate things, we definitely lose joy, right? And the more we simplify it, there could be this judgment of, oh, it should be harder than that, or I need to make it more complicated, or whatever. Maybe that makes me less intelligent. But the reality is, simplicity is so good for the nervous system, right? It calms us down, reins us back in, and basically enables that joy to just penetrate. Almost effortlessly. I can speak. So yeah, absolutely. So one of our Maria's internet looks like dropped off. I'm looking at a message she sent me. I'll have to see if I can get her back on. But in the meantime, what I would really love to do is, if there's anyone out there listening and thinking about this topic of where do you find joy and how does that relate to this retreat, feel free to put comments in the chat. We'll check in on you in a little bit. But I would love to ask, let's see, I have an order here. Dr. Sandra, I'm going to show your workshop is called Resilience, Your Bounce Back Better Plan. Would you like to tell everybody what you're going to be doing in that workshop that they can look forward to it? Oops, I think you're muted. Let me unmute you. Oh, there you go. Let's try that again. Oh, I can't unmute you. You have to do it yourself.
Yes, this last year, right, as always, life is challenging us. This last year just kind of like gave us these opportunities to discover, oh, okay, right, I can actually take this resilience up a notch. So this, I think for me, resilience is really two parts. One is the getting back to what we know we can do, like what we're capable of doing. And then there's this place of, so how did this help me to expand and grow and get more comfortable in being me in the world, like expand to know even more of myself. So there's the let's build resilience around reclaiming the space of our bodies is one thing I want to help people with, because anxiety and the overwhelm takes us away from the space of our body. But to reclaim that sort of energy and that get out of that sort of fatigue, to clear our minds of some of the brain fog and the sort of emotional clutter so that we can focus and really think about how this year also brought us to what we value and how we can take those values and keep building. So we'll walk away with what feels like our plan that's right for us, and we can use it any time in our life.
I love that. Thank you. Thank you so much. And remind everybody, in what section of the program are you?
Yes, I am in the morning section in the Build a Resilience.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Totally wonderful. Awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much. Okay. And so let's move to Sarah. Your presentation, your workshop is called Wouldn't You Like to Row with the Flow?
Yes. And we're going to cover a little bit about what is flow, because it's not just the current of a stream or the flow of air. It's really something that happens inside us. And when we're in flow, we are performing at our very best, because our psyche, our mind, body, spirit connection is working all together. And that's a really exciting feeling. And I'm going to give a few little techniques on grounding and little things you can do when you're feeling like you're out of whack, you're not in flow. There are a few little really simple techniques that can help you to get back in alignment and sort of ground your energy, and then you can get back into flow. So and just really to help people understand that we're all different. We all have our different interpretation of flow. So it's a unique thing, and it'll be really fun. Lots of activities.
Wonderful. That's great. Yeah, I'm glad you said that. The flow can really change depending on each person. For example, for me, someone with chronic pain, my flow, I still have flow, but it might be different than somebody who is very able and runs 30 miles a week, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah, good to know. Thank you so much for that. All right. Dr. Ida Green, your presentation, your workshop is called Your Trust Factor Needs a Tune-Up. Tell us more about that.
Where I'm realizing more and more that we look outside ourselves for our joy, for life to take care of us, but we're divine beings, and we have an inner GPS that is constantly moving and flowing and guiding us. Whether we know it or not, the universe is unfolding the ways it should be, and we're in our right place at the right time, always doing the right thing, but we doubt that. So we look outside of ourselves and we compare ourselves to each other, to another person, and with that child or that person or that parent, instead of just saying that, I've got something that's important. I have value. I bring my essence, my divine essence to the world, and that's good enough. So just knowing that we are enough, and that trusted that we're enough, and that things are going to flow always divinely, even when we're afraid, things are going to still keep flowing. We're going to still keep breathing, and the world's going to keep unfolding. So if we can really tap into the fact that it's going to be okay, the world is going to be okay, we're going to be okay. And even if it's good or bad, it's still going to work out. So I want us to know that trust, and I'm going to do a little exercise in trust to help people get in touch with the trust factor, to see where they are on a scale of 1 to 10 and how well they trust themselves, to know that things are going to work out, whether they keep breathing or not, it's going to still work. Even when we're not breathing, still things work out. As long as we're in the body, it's going to work out.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I love that. Thank you. And so people probably will not be surprised to find out that your workshop is during the theme of trust yourself, right? Yeah. And I forgot to mention, Sarah, your workshop is in the Get Grounded segment, correct? The very first theme of the day. Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Dr. Ida. Okay, I'm going to move along to Vanessa. Vanessa is presenting a workshop called Attention Parents, 5 kind and clever ways to motivate children with less punishments and rewards. So Vanessa, tell us more.
Well, it kind of touches into what I was sharing earlier about clearing obstacles. And what I keep hearing from the parents in my world is that where the relationship or connection kind of runs rough with kids is often where they're asking them to do something and they feel like they're not listening, they're not cooperating, or they're not even sure if they're asking for the right things, not really sure if they're like approaching it in a way that will actually motivate kids to either like engage in family life more, or do their chores, or get out the door on time, or get that project rolling that's due in a week. There's all these different sticking points. And my hope is that in the Get Grounded section, it's right after yours, Nisha, that parents who can relate to that will come and get some tools and strategies to help them get more on the same page with their kids, so they can enjoy more of that joyful time, ease, rather than all these stacks of tough moments that really do kind of add up.
Yeah, that's so important. And I think this notion of the word motivation is probably making a lot of parents cringe right now. It's been a really hard year. How do we motivate our kids when we're dealing with motivation issues? And we're, some parents got laid off, some parents had multiple jobs, trying to make things work. And it's a really challenging time. So your kind and clever ways to motivate, I'm sure, will be really, really welcomed by a lot of moms out there. So, and I want to say, before we move on to the last two, but is that, yes, this retreat was designed for women, particularly moms of preteens and teens. But if you're a woman watching this and you're like, I'm not a mom, this is a day for women to parent themselves and to really be enriched and enhanced and enlivened, rejuvenated by the talented women that are here. So don't feel like you have to be excluded, but definitely if you're coming, please invite 5 friends who are moms because you know they need it. All right, I'm going to move on. Thank you so much, Vanessa. I'm going to bring on Maria because she's here and her internet is working. Maria is presenting a workshop called Energetic Essence Marketing Play Shop. So this is designed for some of you maybe moms who are thinking about building your own business. 3 keys to create your aligned, embodied, magnetizing brand. So Maria, tell us a little bit more. Uh-oh, we can't hear you. Hold on. Okay, now we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay. Technology, sacred technology.
Yes,
Okay.
friend and foe.
So in this play shop, we're going to look at how we can market our business, or maybe we want to start a business, pair strategy with energy, because that is where it starts. And we will tap into our unique essence, so that the moms or women who are attracted to coming to this workshop, where we will play a lot, will leave with the knowing that they are enough to be who they are, and that can be magnetizing. So we will explore that, so that they can build that brand from the inside out. So I'm really excited to meet those who choose to come to this play shop.
Great, thank you. And remind me at what time of day, what is your theme you are participating in?
Honoring all of you.
Honoring all of you, right? Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Yes, thank you so much. And I'll just give a brief little of who I am, and then I have one more thing for you guys. So I am presenting a work. I'm actually the keynote speaker at the beginning of the day, and that's really funny for me. But it's like I keep equating it to, but not equating it to, Napoleon Bonaparte crowning himself. Well, I'm not crowning myself and taking over a country and being a dictator. I am gently allowing myself to share my gifts with all of you during a time where we can really enjoy each other and embrace what has been really occurring in our country and in the world for this last couple of years. And so in the opening section of the retreat, I will be sharing with you on the topic of coexistence, joy, pain, and the truth of it. And boy, have we experienced a lot of joy and pain and loss and excitement this year, all at once. And so I'm grateful to be able to open the day with that. My workshop at the end of the day, under the theme of relax, is called Demystify Teenager Tantrums, Relax and Parent with Confidence. And it's my hope that in working with you in the workshop, I'll be presenting you some effective communication tips, 3 hot communication tips. Some of you are going to say, oh, wait, I do that. And I'm going to say, yeah, you're a rock star parent, and that's awesome. And some of you might feel like, you know what? I could use some more help in the way I communicate, because I'm getting responses from my teens or from my kids or even from my spouses or partners that don't feel good. And while I'm not going to take all the blame, I do have some areas in my communication that I want to repair. And so I'm here to help you with that. But I'm also here in this workshop to help you understand how self-care may actually be the remedy to many of your conflicts in your family and with your kids. So I'm really looking forward to sharing that with you. And we're almost done at the end here. I just want to thank everyone for coming. And I know that some of our viewers, some of the people who are registering, don't realize that each of you are offering a gift for attending your workshop. And so I just go quickly and just say a brief, the title of your gift, maybe what is it? And we'll do is just going to go around and make it quick. I'll unmute everybody. Sandra, if you wouldn't mind sharing first, that would be great. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hi, mine is called How to Make Friends with Your Emotions. And
ooh, wow.
4 little keys to help people use their emotions more wisely and to be comfortable in their emotional, and also a few little stress busters.
Ooh, love it. Okay, great. Thank you. Dr. Ida, what about you?
Yeah, I'm going to be doing an energetic alignment to help them to align their energy so they can feel and be more trustful inside themselves.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. And Vanessa, what about you?
Yeah, I'm going to share my Calm Parent Guide. So
Yay!
six quick and easy strategies you can use in those moments when you feel yourself losing your cool and flipping your lid to kind of get that lid back on and regain your composure. So you can, access the good ideas and tools and strategies that you should be using, but you can't get to when you're so upset. So
Love it. Love it. Cool.
Self-care built
Yep.
in there too. Yeah.
Yep. Keep the lid from flipping. Great. Thank you. Sarah, what about you? Oops, you're muted.
I'm going to give a guidebook on tips to develop your own unique flow framework. And it'll follow up with the workshop, but it'll also work on its own completely independent. So it'll be something that helps people to find what makes them stay in flow and keep that in mind.
Fabulous. Thank you. And Maria, what about you?
My gift is a heart song activation called Lighthouse, which will empower and support women that are here to shine their light brightly in this time, to trust themselves.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I am so honored that all of you are here with me today. I'm honored that you trusted me and are collaborating with me to make an event that is absolutely going to be beautiful. And I'm just very moved of the dedication and the efforts that we all have put into this amazing retreat. So those of you who are watching and listening, it's totally worth your investment at this point, especially since for this 4th of July weekend, it is free. So you just have to use the registration link provided by any one of our speakers or myself and use the coupon code DAY-OFF4, the number 4, me spelled out, day off for me when you register. And that'll be good until 11:59 and 59 seconds Eastern time on Sunday, July 4th. So we're all going to unmute and say goodbye to our lovely viewers. And I think, Sandra, I can't unmute you for some reason, but you get to do that. So again, thank you all for being here. Thanks everyone for watching. And hopefully everyone that has been watching or who will watch in the replay will invest in their day, in themselves, to take a day off with us, right? Woohoo! Yeah.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you there,
Bye.
everybody.
See you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.